Good morning and welcome to your weekend unboxing here on Gaming with ADHD. Now, I am going to admit that I did not think I was ever going to touch this game, let alone do any kind of an unboxing for it. And in fact, now that I'm looking at it, I have a feeling this is going to turn into at least a short series of a few videos. I've got some ideas on what I want to do, but this is Descent Legends of the Dark. Now, I am a big fan of dungeon crawl games, and in fact, Descent is pretty much what I cut my teeth on, and I'm talking Descent, not Descent Second Edition. I have, I believe, everything for original Descent. I have most of Descent Second Edition, and I have an almost complete collection of Imperial Assault. So when this came out, and I saw how they were changing it, and I'll be honest, I wasn't very excited. I figured, you know what, this is going to be big, it's going to be expensive, I'm going to take a pass. But then I had a friend of mine who had it in his closet, and he's like, you know what, all the people I was planning on playing with, they bailed on me, and so if you'd like to take it and do an unboxing, go right ahead. So I jumped at it. Why not? So, for today, I just want to take a look at the contents and show off a couple of things that I've seen, and it's pretty crazy. So, to start off with, I'm going to go with this image right here. Now, my camera is about 2 feet off my desk, and I have it zoomed out as much as I can. And this doesn't even begin to cover it. This is, here's my hand. This box is absolutely massive. There's a good reason for it. So what I'm going to show first, probably not the most exciting thing, but actually, I'm going to put it on its side so that you can see here. This is the box lid. This is the box bottom. But this right here is actually another box bottom. And let me show you how. Let me explain why. So this has a lot of terrain pieces that are three-dimensional. So what they've actually done is in the bottom half of the box, they've made a place where you can put assembled parts to store them between games. And I think that's fantastic. It's about 5 inches deep, to the top of these supports. So it's quite a bit. And in fact, I mean, one frustrating part is that essentially they have shipped you air, and they've shipped you a lot of it. So that's a little annoying, but also I understand why they did it. So even if it's annoying, is what it is. All right. Even now, I'm still zoomed out as much as I can, and as you can see, the box itself is still really massive. We're dealing with about 6 inches right here. About 6 inches for the upper box. And one thing I'll also kind of point out, these little pieces of art here on the side. Looks like that didn't survive the shipping, but overall, I mean, I like what they're doing here. Normally, you'd expect to see a company kind of put their sort of some advertising for other games on the side. This one, I think they literally just wanted to go with the kind of keeping the theme of the box. It looks sort of like a treasure chest, and so I like the fact that they kind of kept that going. They also have a brown version of the skull on the bottom of the box. All right, so let's open this up and see what we get. All right, first off, we get our Learn to Play book. Let me focus a little bit. All right, so this is going to be the basics on the rules. Now, one thing to keep in mind, there is an app for this game, and the app is required for play. So, you will need to download that to a device. It is also available on Steam, so there are many ways to get the app, so it should remain available for quite some time, so that's good. Got a list of our components. Basics. Setting up the game. Playing a quest. So, Fantasy Flight has gotten really good with their rulebooks. They've always had very large rulebooks, but they have gotten better as far as explaining the rules. So I think that's good. They did keep the dice separate, so you're not rolling dice in the app. I do like that. Even though it is app required, which I haven't really jumped onto. They're kind of building off of the Journeys in the Dark and Imperial Assault apps, and I guess what's the other one? Mansions of Madness, where it's used to set up your scenario, but sort of act more like a GM kind of a thing. So there's still a lot of stuff to do, but for someone like me who never gets to play the hero, super frustrating. I like the fact that I can get in and I can actually play the hero now, because no one else is going to learn how to play the DM, and that really frustrates me. All right, this I actually really like. So they've got a lore guide to Terranoth. Terranoth is the world of Descent. They've used it in Battle Lore. They've used it in Runebound. They've used it in all sorts of products. And so basically giving you a little bit of background, and I think that's fantastic. So you get, 6 pages of background. You get a map. This is fantastic. I love this alone. I love this. All right, we've then got our instructions. There are lots of cardstock terrain. I've got cauldron, well, arches, big dragon altar thing, stairs, trees, bookcases. One of the models. That will be kind of interesting as far as, is it needing to be put together permanently, or will it come apart for easy storage? Haven't tried that yet. An ad for the Genesis role-playing system. So if you want to play a game of, or an RPG set in Terranoth, you can do that. All right, so we've got our miniatures. I'm actually going to grab this one first. You know what? I'm going to set this to the side so I can get a better look here. All right, so this is the big bad, I think. At least it seems like the big bad. Comes in 3 parts. This feels like hard plastic. So it is not Restic, it's not PVC plastic. And They are literally getting some fantastic deal. Oh, this is the guy from the cover of the box. That's fantastic. So, looks like I'm afraid to slot it in because I don't want it to be locked in permanently. Oh, yeah. Let me focus that. All right. Right there. So, these little ridges around this post. And then, actually, let me grab a pointer. And then down right in here, those are all going to lock in on those little tabs. So I am super glad that I did not try to put that together. That would not have ended well. Looks like it's a simple peg on the wings, however, to attach those. So, overall, I will just review them since it is not my set, as I said at the beginning. I will review the miniatures without assembling this. I like that they went with the standard high impact polystyrene. Basically model plastic. The detail on this guy is absolutely fantastic, and that's going to be fun to get to the table. All right. For the rest of the miniatures. All right, so this I like as well. You get 2 trays of miniatures. Let me rotate it like this, and then we can zoom in a little bit more. All right, now that is, you get 2 trays, one on top of the other. We'll set that to the side for now. So we've got a golem-like creature. Looks like you get 2 of those. Sort of an undead knight guy. These are fantastic. Fantasy Flight has absolutely stepped up their game. These look like those little flying imp things. Oh, it has been a long time since we played Descent, but man, just the detail on these models alone. Fantastic. This looks like a little plague spreader. Looks like something you'd find it for Nurgle in a game of Age of Sigmar. Wow, these are absolutely fantastic, and I am afraid of breaking them. I mean, they're probably durable, just durable enough, but it's, they've obviously gone, like, okay, so the fact that they didn't do the PVC, look at how straight that arrow is. That is fantastic. And then also the bowstring. This guy is amazing. Sorry if I'm not showing a lot of detail. I'm going to do a follow-up video just looking at the models on the close-up camera so you guys can get a better look at these in 360. But overall, so we've got an elf archer, we've got a dwarf fighter hammer user person. I don't know. I'm going to assume that's some sort of a mage. Look at that skinny little arm. Oh, these are gorgeous. I am definitely not questioning the cost on this anymore. Some sort of like Birdman kind of a thing. Look at those feet. Those little chicken legs. Wow. So obviously I have not played the game. We've got a female fighter. But these totally explain why the cost on the game is so high. Got, oh, little cat person. Cat who has claws now has bigger claws. Oh, fantastic. All right, so that's one tray of miniatures. Let's take a look at the second tray. All right, so we've got, looks sort of like a skeleton rogue archer wrist crossbow kind of. Oh man, all the different layers on this. This will be difficult to paint. I don't think I will get to paint this one, but this will be difficult. Wow. I don't know if these are new monsters for Terranoth or... reproductions of old ones. Okay. Some plastic got bent, so I had to figure out how to put it back in. Beast dog thing. These are... all of the detail on these. These are just gorgeous. I don't even know what I'm looking at half the time, but who cares? These are fantastic. Now, the other thing is this is labeled as Act 1, so I'm very curious to what they're going to do for Act 2. Are you going to... is it going to be a whole separate game? Is it going to be just an expansion for this? I don't know. They haven't said anything. We'll probably hear something at Gen Con, but... man. Okay, so that is all the miniatures. Sorry for going kind of fast, but we are already at 20 minutes, which is about where my videos normally end up. But regardless, wow. Okay. Let's look at the rest of the box. Actually, we'll just pull this out. So we've got 13 sheets of cardboard. So this is going to be all of our tokens, all the terrain, Okay. So this, I think, is already a good bit. It's got kind of a linen finish, so it's very matte, not shiny, very reflective. Everything is double-sided, so that's great. Everything is also numbered, so it's easy to find. They went with some very different rooms. I have the original one, and everything was original Descent. Everything was either squares or straights, and it all connected in the middle. That was a little frustrating, but it was very early in the game. Obviously, as they've expanded, they've gotten away from that. So, again, double-sided on everything. This is... Whoa. Runaway piece. So, regardless, I mean, I have not played the game yet, but Fantasy Flight's quality has definitely, if not improved, at a minimum stayed the same. But no, it's absolutely improved over the years. So, man, just the amount of tokens, the amount of tiles, the amount of terrain. This is... I am not going to complain about the price. I do not think my wife will let me approve it in the budget. We never finished Original Descent, we'll put it that way. But this looks absolutely great. They've got lots of stone, grass, wood, so all sorts of different terrain types. You know, they're not keeping you to one particular type of terrain or location, so that is great as well. That means they're doing a lot with the game. So my suspicion is that we will see expansions. We won't see just, standalone expansions. That way they can reuse a lot of the terrain. All the different doors. I have a feeling this is the staircase that you end up building. Different dials. Looks like they're health trackers. Forests. And the dragon altar. Wow. Okay, this is going to be nuts. All right. Let's bring the box back just to make sure there is nothing underneath. They give you a sample of sleeves. This is 8 sleeves. I don't know why they only give you 8. I'm not sure if it's a sample pack or if it's for something specific. ID markers and looks like a little plinth of some kind. So these I know go underneath. So they are marked. Okay, so group 1, well, probably figure 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then color for the different group. And then you've got 4 different groups. Bunch of dice. We've got D8s, 48, 46, 40, 12. But they are all custom, so you cannot just swap in your own D8, D6, and D12. We've got a mountain of cards. Let's see here. Let's just focus that in. So different potions. Nice linen finish on these. Rune stones. Weapons. More weapons. Still more weapons. These look like they're for different classes or characters. Again, I will have to read through the instructions. Potions and weapons. These look like armors. Yeah, these are all different armors. Not sure if these are starters or armors to find during the campaign or buy at a merchant. More potions. Grenades. I guess that's kind of a potion. Yes, these are all potions. Again, they do good art. Good printing quality. All right. These look like a type of special action card. So skills with character portraits. So these have to be linked to the particular character. And then generic condition cards. So conditions, statuses. I like when a game is going to give you a little cheat sheet like this. So, all right, almost done with this. We then have, I'm assuming, characters and villains, because there were some different looking cards in here. So we've got Bryn, the Human Avenger. Varix, the Dragon Hybrid Outcast. Chance, the Herinx Rogue. Cyrus, the Human Prodigy. Kaylee, the Dwarf Artificer. And Galadin, the Elf Huntsman. Okay, these are actually... So these are all double-sided, different abilities on the back. So either you start with a different ability or you flip to a different one once you get injured. These are little mini pieces of terrain. Looks like we've got a spike pit, lava, probably something with acid and water. So I'm guessing that those are to, basically some easy, simple terrain pieces to stick under the larger terrain pieces to make them fit in better. So overall, this is absolutely fantastic as far as production quality goes. Obviously, I'm going to have to talk to my friend, and he's already said that I can build some of it, so I'm going to do a video talking about the terrain and how it builds up. How well does it store in the box? So I've got a few ideas just off of this on some videos that I want to make, because this is a bit crazy. This is way more than I was expecting, and I think Fantasy Flight probably hit this one out of the park. The the big determining factor is going to be the gameplay and how well that works. So yeah, I do hope that you subscribe to the channel. That way you can come along, see what I have to show as I dig through this. But overall, this is Descent Legends of the Dark, and I am really excited about this. I'm way more excited than I was when I watched their preview videos. So yeah, if you like the video, please do give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that you don't miss any of the future videos for this. But other than that, I do appreciate your time. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.